Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the new poet, Thomas Gray. Okay, it may be pronounced as Thomas or Thomas. Okay, Thomas Gray. So yes, this writer is the writer of neoclassical or Augustan age. Okay, we have completely discussed in a separate video lecture that what neoclassical age is when we were studying Alexander Pope. So yes, if you want to know the details or the characteristics of neoclassical age or Augustan age, so you can just go to the previous video on Alexander Pope or the introductory video on Alexander Pope. So yes, we are today discussing Thomas Gray. Okay, so Thomas Gray, he was born on 1716 and he was an English poet. Okay, when we say English poet, we mean that he was born on England. Okay, so there whenever we say that a certain poet or certain writer, he is English writer or poet, it does not mean that they are writing in English, but rather it means that the concerned poet or writer, he is born in England. So all the poets who are born in England, they are known as the English writers or English poet. All right, so yes, he was born in Cornhill, London. Okay, so he was born in London, Cornhill in 1716, and he was the sole surviving child of Philip and Dorothy Gray. Okay, so these are the names of Thomas Gray's parents. Okay, so he was the sole surviving child. See, his childhood, it was not easy. He has passed a troubled childhood. Okay, why? Due to the harshness of father and violent treatment of his mother. But yes, his father, he used to abuse his mother also, and later she separated from him. So yes, so Gray, he owned his education and upbringing to his mother. All right, he was well educated, was able to receive good education because of his mother. All right, so yes, his education and his upbringing, Gray owned it to his mother. So later he was sent to Eton. Okay, so he was very happy here when he went to Eton, because he has made so many friends here. Okay, he was good friend with Horace Walpole. Okay, he is really famous poet of that time, dramatist. Richard West and Thomas Easton. So all are these writers, they are contemporary writers of the new classical age. Okay, these were the writers of 18th century. All right, so he become good friend with all these three writers. And yes, in this group, it is sometimes also termed as the quadruple alliance. क्योंकि ये क्या थे, चार राइटर थे, है ना. थॉमस ग्रे, who were they? Thomas Gray, Horace Walpole, Richard West and Thomas Easton. Okay, so this group is also termed as the quadruple alliance. All right, so after that, in 1739, Gray, he went on a continental tour with Walpole. All right, so he has these great friends, and with the great friends, there is something in Eton, this beauty of Eton, its traditions, all these things. They all, he has good companions. He was living in this beautiful place. These traditions, these culture of it, and it, all these things, it attracted Thomas so much, and he become a scholar at Cambridge. All right. So yes, I have told you that earlier, that in 1739 he started his tour with Walpole. Okay, so they traveled in Italy, Rome, Naples, Venice. All right, but yes, there was some sort of disagreement between the both friends, and he left his friend alone in anger. And when they reconcile in 1745, Walpole, he published Gray's, some of the poetry of Gray, like The Progress of Poetry and The Bard. Okay, so we have seen that this group, okay, this group of friends, Thomas Gray and three other writers, they form a quadruple alliance. All right, and yes, and we have also known that he become a scholar. All right, so yes. So yes, there was so many things happening in the life of Gray, and I think there is no need to going deep into that. Instead of that, we will come directly upon when he started his literary, we can say, literary career. So yes, we have discussed that in 1753, Gray's first collection of poetry was published. And in 1757, two Pindari quote, The Progress of Poetry and The Bard. I've told you, right, that Walpole he has published Gray's two collection of poetry. The first was The Progress of Poetry, and second, The Bard. Okay, so after that, in the same year, he was offered the post of Poet Laureate. Okay, Poet Laureate, it was the most significant post. It is the most significant offer which can be made to any poet. But yes, he did not accepted it. He rejected it. He declined the offer to be Poet Laureate in 1757. Okay, so after that, in 1760, he was a great scholar, getting it. So after 1768, he was appointed the professor of modern history. We can say he was appointed as professor of history, and he was teaching modern history or modern language at Cambridge. Okay, this was in 1768. So yes, there is one term, graveyard poet, or we can say churchyard poet. Okay, so this was the term which was associated to Thomas Gray. So graveyard poetry, what is graveyard poetry? It is the group of, or the school of poets of 18th century whose work dealt, okay, or deal with the themes of death, sorrow and mortality. ओके, तो जिन भी पोइट्रीज का कुछ ऐसे सिलेक्टेड राइटर्स थे, सिलेक्टेड ग्रुप ऑफ राइटर्स थे 18th सेंचुरी के, जिनके जो वर्क हैं उनके वर्क डेथ, सॉरो एंड मोर्टैलिटी की थीम्स पे बेस्ड होते थे. ओके, तो इनके जो वर्क होते थे हमेशा वो ग्रेवयार्ड में. ओके, ग्रेवयार्ड पता है ना, ग्रेव जहाँ पे ग्रेव्स होती हैं, तो उनके जो वर्क्स हैं उनकी सेटिंग किस तरीके की होती थी, ग्रेवयार्ड. ओके, द पोएम ऑफ ग्रेवयार्ड स्कूल. ओके, सो ज़्यादातर ये डेथ, सॉरो, एंग्विश, इस तरीके की चीज़ें जो है इनकी सेटिंग होती थी या थीम्स होती थी. तो इसीलिए ऐसे पोइट्स को, ऐसे ग्रुप ऑफ पोइट्स को ग्रेवयार्ड पोएट कहा जाता है. So yes, and Thomas Gray, he was one among the graveyard poet. Okay, so you can say that who has defined this term. So Eric Paris, Parisot, he has defined the term graveyard poetry. Getting it? It was a sort of critics has used this term to denote the poetry. Getting it? Their theme, they are based on death, afterlife, and things like that. Okay, so the other writers, they are Thomas Parnell, okay, Robert Blair, Edward Young, Thomas Gray, we all know that. So this elegy that we are going to study, this elegy written in the country churchyard, it come under the graveyard poetry. Okay, so you can write this down, that graveyard school, it has the depictions of graves, churchyard, night, death, ghost. ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीज़ें जो क्या है गोइटिक लिटरेचर वाली जो क्वालिटीज़ हैं, देर इज़ अ जॉनरा ऑफ गोइटिक लिटरेचर. ठीक है, जिसमें गोइटिक मतलब होता है गोस्ट. ओके, तो ये सारी चीज़ें क्या हैं, दे आर जस्ट लाइंग द ग्राउंड वर्क फॉर गोइटिक लिटरेचर. बाद में हम क्या देखेंगे, ये सारी पोइट्री आगे जाके गोइटिक लिटरेचर एक सब जॉनरा इसका बन जाता है. गेटिंग इट? सो वी हैव I think we have covered most of it, that what he has done in his life. And yes, after that in 1771 he died in Cambridge. Okay, so yes, this was the short biography of Thomas Gray. And this is Thomas Gray, you can see him. Okay, you should watch the poet you are studying. All right, so yes, so the poem we are going to discuss, there are some works and important contribution of the poet I have written here for you. You can write it down. He has written an ode on distant prospect of Eton College, 1747. Elegy written in country churchyard. With this we are going to study. We have odes, the candidate. He has written a tragedy, Agrippine. Okay, he has also written a tragedy. I think you all know what are the elements of tragedy. Alright, then he has written a poem by Mr. Gray, okay, in 1768. So these are some works, some important contribution made by Thomas Gray. Okay, so we are going to study about elegy written in the country churchyard. So let's discuss some facts about this poem first. So this elegy, it was first written in 1750 and it was later published in 1751. And some say that it is said that it has been inspired by the death of Gray's friend Richard West. We have seen that, all right. All these four writers, they form a quadruple alliance. This Richard West, he was one of that alliance, that quadruple alliance. So he died in 1742, and from this he was so, I think he had a great effect after the death of his friend. Okay, they were so dear friend to him. So yes, after the death of his friend Richard West, it is said that he was inspired to write this elegy. This note, we will end this lecture and we are going to discuss this poem in another lecture. All right, so you all jot down the important introduction or important point I have told you, and yes, keep studying, work hard, and God bless you all.